Good morning, good evening, good night, NFT Live, Web3 Network, Quad Box Alert. I'm sitting here with Jessica Yatrofsky, Biggie Poppins, Gift Dead. We're going to be talking a lot of things today. Listen, there's a lot of episodes where you guys come in. We have the dashboard all neat and tidy. We get through the show real, quickly and smoothly. That's not going to be today. This is not going to be one of those shows. We had a lot of breaking pieces here over the last 24 hours. One that I'm particularly excited about. I might turn into Mr. Live Mint here in just a second.
OpenSea? You're excited about OpenSea?
Yes, that's it. They're bringing me in with the Creator Studio. Let's go ladies first here. Jessica Yatrofsky, thank you for joining us again. Thank you for gracing us with your presence here. What's going on?
A lot of this is going on.
Sheesh.
Gangster.
Nice. Yeah, I'm here today. I don't know. Do you guys do flat? Like, what's the vibe?
That's a style.
The uniform is not up to standard right now, but maybe if you flip it backwards, it'll be.
Well, I'm repping Nifty Kit, so I gotta.
Oh, right.
I could do like norm core, where you like wear on the tippy top of your head.
I mean, maybe Nifty Kit just needs to up their hat game and make sure that they put more logos on it. Get the logo on the back, on the side. This is like
the baseball cap on my head.
I like the late 80s like flip up, like the he got game flip up.
And then you got a message underneath, like, something totally misogynistic or like upsetting, like fuck you, just
what's wrong
right
with
there.
You? What's wrong with you?
All right, we're gonna continue on. You're not derailing me here this early, at least. Biggie Poppins, Marfa is upcoming. You can't even contain your excitement. What's going on, bro?
No, man, it's great. Proofers are starting to arrive. Everybody's getting together. I can't wait, man. It's practically started already. Starting this afternoon, I think. It's going to start popping off and we're going to start taking over the timeline. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. Lots of cool activations going on.
Yeah, here's the announcement from Artblocks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Artblocks Marfa schedule is now live. Check out the full schedule of events. I'm going to give it the good old retweet there, even though I can't be there. Gift. That's the last time we're going to talk about it.
So generous.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't just give those out. All right, what's your favorite? Let's hit this right off the bat. Marfa, Texas, this little town of like what 1,000 people maybe is basically hosting the coolest event in Web3, of course, of maybe the year. But what's going on, Biggie? Tell us about Marfa and what you're up to.
Man, Degens will be descending on Marfa this weekend. And I mean, look at that schedule. I mean, not even a fifth of this schedule existed last year. This is just right now. Like this year, I think is going to be the definitive year for Marfa. There's just amazing activations, different galleries and projects doing like really innovative and cool stuff. I'm particularly excited about the Grand Union meetup. And then also Harvey Raynar's like Marfa Mesh, which is like a collaborative art project that he's coming up with, which is going to be really cool. Like basically the outputs are going to be determined by the interactions that occur in Marfa, like of every individual. I think that's going to be super, super cool. We have another like one of Proof's own generative artists did a collab with his brother from last year and is doing like a generative activation mint also. And I could go on. There's just a ton of stuff. I feel like I might end up like running around like a headless chicken.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me, first of all, somebody in the comments there said Biggie's a little bit moist for Marfa. I think it's a lot a bit moist at this point. I went
hiking.
Moist.
I went on a hike.
I'm moist with jealousy. And this reminds me, this Marfa situation, it's out there in the middle of nowhere in West Texas. And it reminds me of Saigo's saying that we love to quote about like friction is the friend of profit or something, whatever the saying is, because it's not easy to get to this place. There's a lot of friction, which is why Q and I aren't able to get out there. I was going to try and go to on my own without him. And it's just not an easy place to get to because it's in the middle of nowhere. But it's because of that friction that it's going to be exclusive and wonderful, and a lot of amazing people there. It's probably going to be incredibly valuable. So again, excited to have you reporting back to us, but very sad we're not there.
Biggie needs to pack
Is this called Web3, by the way? This is Web3?
Yeah, it's art blocks.
In Marfa?
It's art blocks. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where they decided to
second
set
year
up their gallery.
Second year they're doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Jess, if I don't know if you've listened to the show much, but we've been talking about it a lot.
I never listened to the show.
You were here yesterday complaining about the start time. So
no, I'm more like, I know Marfa's known for like their fine art activations and such, and I'm just worried. Like, I hope that I know this sounds really weird, but I hope that they keep it separate, because when the baseball caps start descending on the art fedoras, I think that there's a lot of confusion.
The Santa Fe effects will happen. Yeah, I've been predicting that.
But then there's nowhere like for people to stay. Then it starts getting really commercialized in a gross way. Like, I don't like any of that.
That's already happened, Jess. Unfortunately, there's been controversy in Marfa ever since Donald Judd went over there and set up his installations. Obviously he's
an artist, like.
True, but when he went over there, and it's true, he went over there, bought a bunch of land, set up his installations, and because of it became like this art mecca where people like to go visit and check out his stuff, and it became a thing, but it priced a lot of people out, and you know how it is, not very unlike Twitter, right? Like, there's always somebody that's going to complain, and there's other people that are going to hustle and make things happen, right? And that's just a story as old as time as Marfa. Since before any of Web3 arrived there, people were complaining about, a lot of people buying up properties and turning them into Airbnb because so many people like to go over there, and whether it's spend time creating art or visiting because of whatever galleries or things are happening. What I think that, the NFT space has brought to Marfa that was not there before is a real sense of community. Like, it's the first time that when you go over there and you're around all, basically we take over the whole place while we're there. And it's just a huge brotherhood of people talking possibilities, building, artistic endeavor. And it's great, I think, for the people that live there, I hear you, but just so you know, it's been going on forever.
All right, I got to get us on track, guys. We got a lot to cover here. I also love that they said layer up. Days are 85 degrees, nights 50 degrees. A 35-degree shift out there in West Texas.
Welcome to Tatooine, brother.
Yeah, surface of the moon.
I can see Q desperately trying to grab the wheel of this show right now.
Trying to help me out a little bit, Gifted, because I'm going to hit the comments really quick, and then if you can hit the disclaimers so that the SEC knows what we're all about here, which is not financial advice, but Flubber, Prodigy, DP, Dead Polaroid. Who else is here early? I appreciate you guys. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're there on Twitch, if you're on X, formerly Twitter, sorry. Actually, Elon, I didn't mean that. Appreciate everything you guys are doing for us, for supporting the channel. We had a great GM Web3 morning show gift. Like, we're 10 minutes into the episode. Amazing. We haven't even got to your intro. Keep it quick, man. I would love to hear, that was a crazy GM Web3. So hit it.
Look, there's something magical that happens when you press that live button. You know how it works, Q. You never know what's going to happen, especially on GM Web3 and NFT Live. But this morning we had PR Guitar Man, Chris himself, the creator of Nyan Cat, stop through, talk to us about season 3. We had Chef Boyardee, Chef something, the community manager of this Courtyard Pokemon project that's about to drop within the hour. In 30 minutes, hop in randomly, talk to us about that project, and a bunch of other cool things happen. So yes, GM Web3 is immaculate, amazing as always. And yes, we will remind everybody, like we do, because it's important to know this is not financial advice. Nothing we ever talk about in any of our shows on the Web3 Network is, because we're not financial advisors. You can read the caption. It's down there for your eyes in case you can't listen for some reason. Maybe your ears are broken. Hopefully your eyes work. Either way, we got you covered
Fuck. I don't want to be canceled on this show.
Jess, we're spicy today. We're trying to cover a lot, and you're also in the hazing phase right now. So you're going to catch the brunt of that, Jess, because Jess is getting more involved here. So it's exciting to have her here. But yeah, you're the new kid on the block, Jess. It's going to be hazy.
Jess, a response?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get a rundown here as we just started the episode. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. This is today's episode, by the way. I haven't even got around to share it out here and do all the reposting and everything. But okay, Pokemon NFTs we will get to in just a moment. We do have Legends of the Mara, so we're trailer maxis here, and it is gaming season, or it feels like it's heating up in the gaming sector. Jess, you have an OpenGen mint that we're going to talk about, and then the Apecoin proposal here from Machi Big Brother ends at 9 p.m. Eastern. Some other pieces of quick news that I'll hit for you guys. We do have Blur Season 2, so stuff is happening over at Blur. The community is not happy over there. We have an Anons auction that we covered. Matt Kane has that release. And then the biggest winners of the day, Moon Bears up 52%. I've kept them out of the list because I just don't know much about Moon Bears, but it continues to rise.
Why aren't they happy? And they can't wash their money?
Got them. Louder for people in the back. BYO Pills is up again today. So they were the biggest winner yesterday. They're up again another 26%. Mutant Hound Collars is up 20. Biggest losers of the day are Rec League parts. Those are going to be super volatile. They're like very cheap assets, like $5 to $10. But Sugartown Auras is down 20%. And then Windsor Yawanawa continues its descent there from, I believe, like 10 ETH, whatever it got up to I haven't checked recently, but maybe 7 ETH is probably the outstanding now. Biggie, you're still holding those Windsor Yawanawas?
Forever, bro. Forever.
All of them? That's crazy. Look, you're talking about winners and losers. This did cross my desk, so I thought it was worth calling out, even though we didn't actually explicitly mention it yet. Apparently, there was a project called Reavers on Solana that caused a ton of volume over there. 24-hour NFT sales surpassed 65,000 SOL with this Reavers project minting out. So let me actually click in and see if we can look at this real quick. We do our best to be chain agnostic, cover everything happening. So there's some art. Okay, interesting. Kind of looks like Groot. Not gonna lie, that looks like Groot.
You just call that art?
Oh wow.
Groot's alcoholic cousin.
So yeah, I mean, it looks to me, not a super interesting, innovative PFP project, but hey, Solana having a win there. So Reavers causing a lot of commotion over there.
All right, I told you that we were going to be all over the place today, so I'm going to cover some pieces that went live yesterday as well. I do have a piece from Rec League that just crossed or just was posted literally 30 minutes ago. So they're listening to the feedback here and changing that time leaderboard window that we were all complaining about. So that's really cool. I'll let you dive deep into that. I'll link it there. I did play Quantum Variant last night, and that battle was unfortunate. It's like you're battling your friends at this point. Like you're beating up on your friends that you're just supposed to have good vibes with, and you're just beating them down. You're wrecking them, if you will.
That's the point, Q. That's the point. Why are you feeling bad? Like you have a conscience about kicking his butt? Come on, just take. He was like,
let me try this game out, and then he's just getting absolutely blasted. All right,
I'm just saying, I want to see some end zone dancing. That's what I want to see.
Okay, we're not covering this because we don't, really cover cool cats. To be honest, I don't know if that's like not a good thing for cool cats. I mean, there's a ton of people in the space. We just don't, I think, really vibe with them. We don't cover them that much. But Sidekicks went live. If you want to take a look at that, I will drop that in the chat as well. Anybody got any quick takes on Sidekicks before we move into
like a new drop, an expansion?
Yeah. One thing that we didn't cover or mention with this in the rehash yesterday is that they already have cool pets. They already have an expansion project. It's a new expansion project. So there is, of course, going to be a lot of question marks around how this fits in. It does seem like it's gamified and somehow maybe deflationary with cool pets, or at least somehow it's tied into all of that. But yes, it does seem like there's going to be up to maybe 10,000 more NFTs entering the Cool Cats ecosystem. So how does that affect supply and demand? Is there enough demand for something like this? That remains to be seen. But the Pokemon transformation gamification of it seems interesting-ish. And I think Q, you said at least it seems more interesting than the Nakamigos cloaks, which I'll probably agree
anything is more interesting than what Nakamigos is putting out right now. I cannot believe you're still rocking them as your PFP GIF. I need to switch. Sidekicks are non-membership NFTs. They complement primary characters in our ecosystem. If you don't own a Cool Cat or Shadow Wolf, don't fret. You'll have an opportunity to mint an Explorer in the near future at no cost. So some things happening over there with Cool Cats, and the biggest news from Cool Cats, of course, that they're going to be rocking that Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That should send the floor.
I saw that. That's the only thing that makes me excited. It's just a big balloon.
Because you're going to be there? Are you going to be there in person? Are you making the trek from Brooklyn to Manhattan?
Absolutely not. Everybody knows that you don't go stand out in the cold in New York. It's the dumbest thing ever. But we watch it on television, so it's going to be cool to see that balloon with the little, he's holding a little milk there.
Yeah, the milk token.
Little oat milk, right?
Some tokens there. He's referring to his bag. He's holding his bags.
You know, when you guys say expansion project on a lot of these projects, it's like, is that just like a new collection? You know, like they're
adding more supply. They're expanding the supply and the world.
But when they expand the supply, that like it screws it up. Like
potentially,
right?
Well, it all depends on the execution, the amount of supply, the amount of demand. One of the issues that we talk a lot, Jess, is that there's a lot of these projects are not actually creating any new demand as they're increasing the supply, and that's where you get into this very dilutionary sort of spiral, and that's why we're so negative on the Nakamigos move. They're already a 20K project with under 30% unique ownership, and they're adding 20,000 more without necessarily doing anything interesting to increase demand. So yes, there are concerns.
I like the pet. So like I like when they do different characters, like that's dope, but like actually expanding on the current one, like that just doesn't make sense to me. It's just going to piss people off.
As if this day could not get crazier, we do have Chris P, our guitar man, in the green screen or in the green room there. Chris, we're going to have to have you have a video if we want to bring you up on stage. I don't know if you do have video.
Should be the voice of God.
Yeah, we can do audio.
We could do the audio. I'll bring Chris up here and just like, I just saw his video. Okay. Guys, before we bring Chris in here, I'm going to do my best. Okay. This is basically the timeline that we're going to have here. We got one more quick news, and I want Jess's take on it because it's so spicy. We are going to hit Pokemon here in just a moment. If you're here post episode watching, we do have timestamps that you can jump to at any point. But we are going to touch on Chris and the Nyan Cat. Is it a drop? I haven't looked at the
season
post.
Season
3. I love it.
Neon Balloon season 3.
Yeah.
What's up?
Actually, I want to know why you keep going with Manifold too, and don't come over to Nifty Kit.
Oh shit!
Honestly.
Oh shit! Right on the hot seat.
Shots fired.
Wow.
You've used them before. You're
What's
done.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? This is my first time doing this, so okay, cool. Yeah, this is really cool. Just tuning in for the first time. I got a DM and I was like, let me check it out. So thanks for having me up here.
Appreciate it, man. Jesse, you want to hit him with that question? Maybe Chris was dodging it. I don't know.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh yeah, I said what? You keep going with Manifold. Why don't you try Nifty Kit?
Manifold was actually super supportive since the beginning. I haven't had Nifty Kit come and help me the way that Manifold has. So, they made it easy. They made it. They listened to a lot of my suggestions and they actually changed a lot of core features based on the work that I've been doing. So I don't know. I'm just sticking to what I know and what I trust, and a platform that has supported me. So, but yeah, I mean, no, nothing against Nifty Kit. I just haven't been in a path that has, been in that.
You haven't tried them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I haven't tried them.
Yes, okay.
And, and
I haven't tried them.
Yeah, but I'll check them out soon eventually.
We love Chris. Yo, first of all,
bully you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on the show. A very last minute ad hoc like this to talk about your project.
You're hazing me. I'm gonna haze him.
We love our new guests. Our whole thing is to just bombard them and harass them up front. So thanks for being here to go with that. But no, we do have a Nifty Kit rep up here if you are ever interested in exploring the possibilities of what they can do, which is cool.
Yeah, we'll build you whatever you want.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for sure. I'm trying to like keep things exclusive right now, but I am always down to checking out new platforms. So I'm not saying no, but I just got other stuff going on.
So,
All right.
okay, quick intro here, right? Chris is better known as PR Guitar Man, but the artist behind the world famous,
Nyan
iconic,
Cat.
yeah, the meme. I believe it's Nyan Cat, but yeah,
Yes.
some people say Nyan Cat.
Yeah.
And you had a massively successful, I'm just trying to get the details out there to set you up here. You had a massively successful open edition drop earlier this year when open editions were like the whole meta that took over the space, called Nyan Balloon. It started with a red balloon of the Nyan Cat, and you had something like close to 30,000, I think, minted initially. It was very successful, and then you've been developing out this burn game, the burn mechanics, and progressing through seasons, and the art just keeps getting cooler and better. You can collect the original balloons. You're not increasing supply. We're actually just having an interesting conversation about supply versus demand. The supply was locked, and now it's deflationary. Each of these different seasons, these new pieces of art that people can't acquire, it all happens through the mechanic of purchasing the other existing balloons and NFTs, burning those to claim these more special, unique, different pieces of art.
That's exactly it. I mean, it all started out just me finding like an old piece of art from 2011, remastering it, and just offering it to people for fun. It's just like, hey, it's super cheap. Like that's when the gas coin wars were happening, so gas was super high. But I was just like, you know what? Here, just have fun. I want people to have this in their wallets. I want people to enjoy it. It's just fun artwork. I've been really into the editions game, so that was just really big for me. And yeah, it evolved over there. As soon as I launched it, I caught COVID, but I pushed through and I did that whole burn week where you could turn a balloon into another balloon, and then the ideas just keep evolving, and my art style I just keep improving on it. So it just slowly, kind of organically turned into a game where you burn balloons and get a new one in return. Like, you don't have to turn them in if you don't want to. You can hold on to your existing ones, but it's there for those that do want it. So it's just a little fun way, a little gamified way to just kind of build upon my existing ecosystem with new art and new experiments and just try new things.
And so here you can see season 2 and some of the different iterations of the Nyan Balloon characters. Most of them have different backgrounds, scrolling backgrounds that are really cool too. But this is just trying to see them all together in one place. But right. Then you're evolving this. This is an example of season 3, correct?
Yes, that one is actually the Mushroom Nyan Balloon. It's launching tonight. And
That's awesome.
It's using new mechanics that Manifold has actually implemented, where season 2 was all about you needed specific balloons to trade things. Now season 3 makes it more flexible. So if you have any combo of the balloons that are eligible for the trade, like for example, all of the common balloons will be eligible for this one. If you have like 2 of those, you can trade for this one. So I know that was like a big like frustration last season where people had like one balloon but not the other balloon, and people kept saying, hey, open it up to all. But I think it would have been better, and this is what I'm doing, I'm actually closing all of the existing season 2 balloons, because people had certain values locked into these things, and I was like, I'm not gonna like dilute things any crazy amount. So yeah, those season 2 ones, those are closing tonight at midnight, and as soon as midnight hits, the mushroom one will actually be available. And I can show you some alpha, because this is like 100% guaranteed to do.
Oh yeah,
go. All right, I'll stop sharing.
I'm getting big Yukon Cornelius vibes from the cat there.
The lumberjack.
The lumberjack cat.
Yeah, 1 second. All right,
I like
so
the honeybee cat.
See, how do you turn this around? Yeah, kind of. This actually was one of the. All right, I'm just gonna like turn my phone around because I don't know how to do the thingy on here. But this is guaranteed. I'm actually making this announcement right now, so I'm like, why not? Let's see. There we go. It's not.
Ooh, we got a diamond.
That one. This is actually an exclusive one, reserved only for the multi Nyan balloons. So a little context. Those that, when I did season 1, I offered one that was like a B Burton 6. You get a multi-Nyan balloon. And then from there, everything started going kaput in the market, and trades became lower for the future. So this is my way to saying, hey, I understand you guys traded a whole bunch for these, so this is my way for rewarding those who actually like pull the trigger on this. And I'm gonna be doing that throughout the season. So I don't have it locked down what's gonna be what, but I'm all about rewarding existing holders as much as I can, and also like keeping fun themes along with the stuff, like because like the orange one turned into a cheeseburger, the green one turned into a UFO. I try to like make everything as thematic as possible with all the stuff that I'm doing out here. But yeah.
Fantastic, Chris, man. That's awesome. So that diamond one is going to be, it's going to change from the original end game ones from the first season.
Yeah. So if you own the multi, this is only exclusive for the multi balloon, because they turned a lot of balloons in for this one. So this is my way of saying, hey, whenever you trade your multi for the diamond, it decreases the multi supply, and then you get the diamond too. So in a magic world where everything's perfect, both supplies are going to end at 100, because I'm only offering 100 of these. But the past seasons I've been like, hey, supply 200, but now I think some are going to end in the very low under 100 numbers. So I foresee the number being less than 100. But who knows? I mean, it all depends on all those holders of the multiple.
Yeah, it's interesting. You talked about wishing that more people were kind of still playing around and focusing on the game of the burn mechanics, because it's really cool. I think because it takes a while for these games to play out, and you have to create the new art, figure out the tokenomics, launch it, promote it. Like, it takes a while for these things to happen. Like, you're only one artist doing this by yourself. You're an independent artist trying to make this thing run. Because it takes a while, people's attentions obviously go different places, but it's actually a really cool thing that you continue to build out on. And I think it's going to be fascinating to see where this goes, and how long you're going to keep doing it. Like, how long can you keep doing it?
I mean, as long as there's balloons, there's always the option, and as long as my hand still functions. I actually like had a hand injury just drawing these things these past weeks. But yeah, no, like I love the burn mechanics that were introduced just earlier this year. I know a lot of accounts implemented my original sky map and had a great time with it. People immediately forgot about it and jumped onto the next crazy thing, but like those things still exist, and it's really cool. I've seen people like Gremplin already do it. He actually offered it's like a parody of one of X Copy's pieces, the Max Payne one, and it's like Max Croak, and it's like if you can take one of his old collections, which was like a Santa Christmas based Toad collection, you can burn those and get this Max Croak. So there's already people already doing this. I know I saw you guys were touching up on the cool cats. I don't know what they're doing, but that sounds deflationary. And yeah, like, I think that's kind of the meta right now. Everybody wants to kind of clean up their collections and not dilute too much in the audience. I think right now, I mean, as we all know, diluting could have terrible effects to collections, depending on how it's run. But, this kind of keeps everything a little not tight-knit. For me, it's cleaning up things. It's I'm doing like, they're like my beta patches and fixing things. And I don't know, there's a lot of math involved with my chaos.
Chris, I appreciate you coming on the NFT Live for the first time, man. Hopefully we can get you back as a viewer, as well as a co-host at some point, or a co-guest there. We do have a shorter episode today. Like, we have to keep it within an hour. We got a ton to touch on. I'm going to drop that link, though. So I'm going to.
Yeah, appreciate it. And honestly, thank you so much for taking this time at all in the first place. It's really cool seeing you guys like in person like this. This is my first time tuning in, so it's cool. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I don't know how this works. Like, you drop down, you can still listen in. Is that possible?
Yeah.
That's man. Perfect. And we're live on both Twitter and YouTube simulcast. But dude, definitely come back, bro. Love having you show up to the shows and chime in, and yeah, drop an alpha too. Thanks for that. So it's just great to have you getting more involved here, man. And love what you're doing, dude.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much.
It's awesome.
Heck yeah, man. Let's go. All right, great combo already.
This is a wild day. These are the type of days that make me love this industry, man. This is a wild day we're having.
Just a heads up, your connection did crap out, and you're a little bit wonky on my side, so you might have to close some tabs there, Q, or hop out and hop back in. But yeah,
I don't know how wonky. Am I like really wonky?
You're pretty out of sync.
Okay.
Because
You're like 1995.
God damn it. All right, I'm gonna try my best here. Keep us on the rails, man. I did have the OpenSea thing I wanted to hit, but I think Jess has a hard stop, so we should hit Jess as well. At least the trailer and all the details there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's hit comments.
Yeah,
we're gonna hit.
Apologies.
Everything
We're
and everybody.
hitting women in Web3. That's what it's come to.
God. Flubberoonie is saying, I played with a few burn mechanic projects. It just sucks paying the gas tax, but the result has to be worth the gas. Great comments here. Sick guest appearance too. Appreciate that. And this auction is still going. 2-hour extension from ongoing bids. Are you talking about Deafbeed? Let us know what you're talking about, Marty. Great to see all y'all in the chat. But yes, Jess, you're here, and we're so happy that you're here. And let's please talk about Nifty Kit, your drop, everything that you want to highlight for us, and all the exciting things that you've got for us.
Oh man, I can tell you more details next week because I'm still keeping things under wraps. But this is my first OpenGen, and it's Nifty Kit's inaugural OpenGen drop. So I'm super
what is OpenGen?
We also have a trailer. We're trailer maxis here.
Yeah. You want to play it, and then I'll talk you through the tech.
Let's do it.
So dramatic. It's
dramatic.
Your hand modeling is amazing.
I paid for that key.
Yeah, and no, it feels like this is like ASMR for my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun shooting these. I mean, I know people know me for filming humans' bodies, but I'm a huge fan of still life, and these are all objects around my home, plus like these different exotic flowers. And so I wanted to pay homage to like the objects that we hold in our homes. And, you know, I've got like one of those fancy artist statements that kind of delves more into it. But yeah, like I have a lot of prisms also in my house. I'm not a hoarder, so I don't have like a bunch of stuff just like hanging around the house. It's not like an object, you know, what are the cabinet of curiosities in my house. But these are things that I will like bring out, put on display, and then, you know, like you guys do with your little He-Man collectibles, like you put them out. I'll take them out and rotate things out.
We're gonna need you to turn that condescension filter down just a little on the mic.
Wait, Jess. So I want to know what's up with that dagger.
That was a gift, actually.
Don't say it's a
from
letter
writer.
opener.
No, it's not. No, it's an actual dagger.
At 2, J-Yacht?
What's that? A famous writer gifted it to me.
We're talking Roman Empire tomorrow.
Yeah, we're talking Roman Empire jokes. Come on. All right.
I cannot tell you who or what, but yeah, it's a beautiful object. It's one of my favorites. Somebody was like, it was a Mike. I think he was like, that's a sick knife. And I was like, that's a dagger, my friend. That's a real dagger. I have that on display, especially if I'm having new guests over. I want them to know exactly what kind of household they're stepping into. But yeah, anyway, so make sure they behave. The OpenGen aspect of it is pretty cool because like I've done, I guess you would call it generative. I know Quantum Variant would be like, it's not generative, but I've played with these things in smaller numbers. So with the OpenGen piece of this, that means that we're just calculating it last night. There's over 1 trillion like versions that can be created out of all of these objects. It's in the trillions. Like we counted the numbers, and it didn't make sense to me, but it's really cool. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity to mint, like, or generate as many of these as possible. There's like 7 different backgrounds, and then there's about, I think, 56 object traits. So it's very cool. I can't wait for you guys to see it. There's going to be some samples I'm going to start sharing out this week, but the thing is that they're not created yet. So everything is going to be created, as you mint. It'll be generated on the spot. So you'll have your own original piece. And then of course, I'm going to be offering like prints, but it'll be open for, I think, a week. I'm not sure yet, like still playing with those numbers, but it's really cool because so NiftyKit has a generator now. So if you're using another generator somewhere else, say bye and come on over to NiftyKit and use our generator. And it's very cool. I was using it myself even when they were, beta testing it and stuff. But now, like, you can just use it on your own computer. You can put in all of your traits and all of your assets and everything and just kind of play around with it. So like I was running just like test batch, and looking at all of like just the weird sort of combinations that I'm getting. So I'm really, really excited to put this out and also to see, like there's a lot of open editions and stuff happening. People are kind of switching up what they're doing. I know like Chris, PR Guitar Man, was just talking about how he's like cleaning up his collections. I'm doing the opposite. I'm just like throwing everything at the wall because a lot of people haven't had any experience with my other types of art. So I just want to get it out there and get on the blockchain because we're not promised tomorrow in the space. I mean, we might all be going to jail. So I just want to get all the work out there. No, I'm kidding. I just want to get the work out there and also get people really excited about this. And another exciting aspect of this is that we have partnered with Arbitrum. And if you do come with NiftyKit, that's one of the cool things as an option is that you can drop your project with, on Arbitrum. So low gas fees. And this will be a low mint. Like this isn't going to be one of those 0 and then a number. It's going to be like a 000 situation. So I'm very, very excited about this. And I think it's going to give people the opportunity to collect a lot. And then, you can close the mint, you can open it again. So there might be different volumes and like, to what Chris is doing too, like the gamification of it. Like I find that to be really exciting with fine art, like to be able to do that. So I think we're going to run this, at least on my end, is more experimental and see how people respond to it and see what the Arbitrum community thinks about this project. And yeah, it's powered by NiftyKit. I really want people to think about, OpenGen as the future, as a possibility to, just get things in a more experimental place. Like things don't have to be perfect. And even when we were doing some of the generations, it's like the whack things that were coming out were like very cool. So yeah.
You have it. Can you show an example of like a totally botched?
It's not botched. It's like, here, I can show you my phone.
While we're doing this real quick, we do have this Pokemon mint happening in literally 60 seconds.
Oh, Lord.
I wanted to try to mint this while we were live. There's only 175 of these packs for $5 each. It's on Polygon. It's not going to be a crazy gas war, but I can't imagine I'm even going to get one of these. But we're going to try while we're live, folks.
All right. Oh, okay. You were talking. Yeah. So like there's these, I don't know if this is going to even show up, but there's these just weird combinations that kind of come up. These are some of the first samples.
Oh, that's cool. That is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty
That's
dope.
sick.
Yeah.
So botched. They seem to have
they're purposely,
sense to them.
Yeah, they're purposely like that, and they're kind of abstract in that way. And I think like a very long time ago on Instagram, I would always like hold objects up and do these still lives, and people were like, "Oh, you should hand model," or "I love these pictures," and that's not something that I ever really put out as fine art, or I would use hand in some of the films and videos and stuff that we would shoot over the years. But this gave me an opportunity to be like, okay, you know, I'm still experimenting in the space. You know, I'm putting photography on the blockchain. I'm putting poetry on the blockchain, and now I want to put some of my still life photography. And what's great is that a flower can't sue you. You know, a flower can't come back and be like, hey, I didn't want to be an NFT. Like, you know, like that's the awesome part of that. Yeah, or an inanimate object, you know, can't start a fight with you in a DM. So I love my models in this project. I think like they were all really cooperative, and yeah, and I got a lot of like motion trailers that I'm going to be dropping just to kind of tease all of the images, which is really cool. Where are you guys? Are you guys here?
I'm literally about to try. Yeah, so you have to pardon us for 2 seconds because we're gonna all gonna try and grab this. What happens?
Jess,
it's not even it's a real Pokemon, but right?
I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of
you guys better not be getting a fake Fendi.
I think it's already done.
It's done.
Are you fucking with me?
That's already gone.
I already missed it. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, so much for trying.
Yeah. You guys need to get a bot. It's the only way these days. Especially
it's already sold out. Jesus Christ.
Is there a secondary?
Yeah, well, they're already being listed for like $100 on secondary. So from $5, you just 20x if that's gonna be the floor.
It's like 2 drinks an hour, right?
Like 3 maybe. Yeah. God damn it, dude! That was literally it was less than a minute.
Did you run to get your credit card?
Yeah. I didn't fucking get in. God damn it.
Man.
All right, it's all right. We are Nifty Q. Did you get in? Did you miss it?
Do I look like I'm getting in?
So anyway,
the amount of stress.
Yeah.
But so, what was the hope? Like, was there a particular like monster there that you guys were looking to score, or was it just?
To my knowledge, these are the first NFTs with a Pokemon IP. It's not Pokemon that's coming out with new cards. It's Pokemon now having a digital component. So that factored in. Also trying to find a legendary within the pack. Yeah.
There wasn't going to be any legendaries, but they were going to have some different
I totally told you that there was going to be nothing worth anything in that.
But still, for $5 though, $5 was a pretty solid price.
Where do you see them being listed, Gif?
It goes. You can go to secondary. If you go buy on it, if you go back to the page where it says buy. Yeah, visit marketplace. That's it.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, QV called this. This is a lot. This is wax, by the way. If nobody was here during the wax, if you weren't here during the wax days and all this stuff, this is 100% what wax was like. Instant sellout. Hopefully you get lucky. They have a 50x at a very low price. And this is how Garbage Pail Kids. So you could make the case that Garbage Pail Kids started the NFT run. Like they were the first NFT that I ever got associated with, and they were like thousands of dollars that you could sell them for. Wow.
All right. So anyway, we took a detour there because that mint just happened literally in less than a minute. It was gone. So F's in the chat for Nifty Q and I absolutely missing it. But Jess, let's round out the conversation on your project, and then obviously you're going to be. You said you want to keep going back
next week. I have to jump. Yeah.
What is the date?
Yeah,
tell us.
Next Tuesday, and I think I'm not sure the time. Maybe noon, I think, or a little bit earlier. So we'll see. But also, I don't know if there's going to be a pre-sale. Still trying to figure all of that out. I think just figuring out the art was the most tricky thing for me because I had so many assets.
So are we going to be able to get this with Ethereum on Arbitrum? Like you just have to bridge some ETH to Arbitrum?
Yeah, and also credit card. So you can run and get your credit card again, but make sure you have it ready.
Hopefully it won't sell out in 1 minute. And but you said it will be open for like a weekend, right?
It's OpenGen, so.
OpenGen. So, okay, so that's what OpenGen means because this is kind of a new term that y'all are using. So there's generative art, there's open editions, and then you are creating an open edition of generative art.
Right. So every time,
It's a mashup.
yeah, and every time you generate a completely new one, like they're not pre-generated. And I think like that's one of the biggest cool things about it to me. I'm going to see like how else this sort of ends up turning out
How long are you
manifesting.
going to keep it open, Jess?
I think for a week, because I really
Okay,
want to
nice.
see. I have nothing to lose. I know that 24 hours, like I did on the on-chain summer, was really cool, but that's on OpenSea. So if you're on the front page of OpenSea, like that's going to go really quick, really fast. And if you saw it, you saw it. But a lot of people were also disappointed because they were like, oh, I didn't know it was 24 hours. So because I don't have any expectations with this particular drop, it was more me like just trying something new, playing with the tech, using Nifty Kit, being with Arbitrum. I think like these are all aspects where I want to give like a week for that, you know, the generator to breathe and people to be able to go on and mint. Gas is not really a factor in this, right? Because it's not like, oh, you have to keep it open through the weekend because gas will be low. I think it's more of like getting the message that the work is available out there and then being able to talk about it and yeah, do some conversations with Arbitrum's community and with Nifty.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
My experience with Arbitrum so far has been through the prohibition.art website and bridging over there and purchasing with guys. It's all been actually really, really awesome. So it's cool to see Nifty Kit providing you, artists like you, awesome tools to launch projects over there. And I'm excited for you, Jess.
Thank
and
you.
For more awesome, interesting art. It's so cool to me when you see artists that do have like a particular style, you know, their oeuvre, whatever that is, like you have a definite sort of like different themes and styles and things that you work within, and yet each project is unique. And so it's just very cool to me to continue to see your quote unquote journey. It sounds cliche, but the way that you kind of evolve your own style and these themes into these different projects, and this time working with, you know, video and still life in a unique generative art way, like it's just totally experimental, but it's still so you, and it fits within your oeuvre, within your bigger body, but it's just different. It's cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I intend to add more things to my oeuvre, my body of work. So you just will be the first to hear about it. So thanks for having me on. I'll be back next week, but I got to jump for a meeting.
Jessica, oh, you have a hard stop. Okay.
No, what's your question?
I was going to ask like some quick lightning questions for you.
Yeah.
Like what has been your favorite drop? It would be like a quick answer. Like what has been your favorite one that you've minted and launched? And then I also have another question about this topic.
Oh, Lord. Well, I don't want to end on that.
I'll see myself out.
All right, we'll go back to it. So what's the first one? What's the answer to the first one?
I made it clear how I feel about hand jobs. And I think we all are in agreement besides the gentleman who just left. So
a favorite drop.
Favorite drop. Oh, that's so hard, but I think probably Pink Privacy, the poetry collection, because it was a small collection. And that was also through Nifty Kit, and that sort of paved the way for, you know, to start branching off into other mediums on the blockchain. And yeah, Golden Throne is going to be coming out at some point either this year or next year. We'll see. Platforms be all over the place, you know, with their contracts and their promises, and then things fall through. So hopefully that comes out in the same sort of manner that Pink Privacy did. VI Privacy 707, like I love this project. It's still going. I think that it's hard to play favorites, you know, because I put my photography out and I think that was received well, but we're talking about all like very small collections. The largest collection that I had was 707, and then the XX generative collection that dropped earlier this year. So I think like those were the biggest. And then I actually think the most NFTs I sold in one go was the drop that I just had, which was just a poem. It's actually the last poem in Golden Throne. there, and that was an open edition. Yeah, so it was like 800 or something, right under 900.
First poet to mint on Base blockchain.
Yeah,
it's one of your many credits to your name, and it wouldn't be complete you being on the show without me reading one of your poems.
We can leave. We don't have to allow him to do this. We don't have to allow him to do this. Do you want to allow this, Jess?
I mean, I'll allow it, but I gotta go.
This is Xanax Dust, page 79 from Golden Throne. I left you in me.
No, I left you in mine.
If
Xanax Dust, I left you in mine.
I was checking if she actually knew her own work. She did. She passed the test.
Jess,
no.
We'll see you talk. We're talking Rome tomorrow with Jesse Yatrofsky on the GM Web3 Morning Show, and she will be back on NFT Live next week.
Thirst Trap Thursday.
Thanks, everybody.
Seeing you.
Have a good rest of your day. Bye.
She's gonna stay.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
So awkward. The sign off is one of the most awkward parts about Restream. It absolutely is.
I should just instantly ready. Here we go. Boom. All right, guys. Wow. I hate that happened. That drop happened in the middle of.
We're so rude.
Talking about Jay. I mean,
we're the worst. Let's be absolutely honest.
We're giving a full platform here we're giving a full platform. We're not being rude. We're not being rude.
I know. We try. We try, and this is what happens when it's busy in Web3 and you're trying to cover everything and do everything. We do our best up here, fam. We can't do everything all the time, but we really try. The intention is there. Look, the floor's dropping. They're getting cheaper, Q, down to $30.
I'm telling you, and I wish Ronan was here too, because what's happening right now in the last 10 minutes was our experience to first getting into like at least the collectible part of NFTs, right? Like I was in CryptoKitties, there was some other projects, Axie Infinity, and all those. There's a ton, but this in 21 with Wax. I mean, Left Action House is saying Wax all day. This experience is fun, man, because now people are going to actually get to reveal. They could sell a pre-reveal if they'd like. There's no like major gas fees or anything. It literally is Wax. So
how many cards in each pack?
That's a really good question.
Isn't it 5? I thought he said 5.
It's $5. It might be,
but I thought it was
per pack.
Oh, okay. Well, then they're not really okay. I guess they're packs, but they're not really packs if there's just one. But that would make sense. Right. I think what he did tell us is that there's one physical associated with each pack. So I guess in my head I thought there was like 5 digital cards and like one of them had like a physical component. Oh, you have it?
One pack equals one graded Pokemon card vaulted at Brinks.
Okay, so it is.
That's weird.
Right.
Yeah, they should call it something else.
Yeah,
they say pack. I do think it's multiples. It's like
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
be like one wrapper.
That's true. I think they wanted to, because that was a cool component of the.
They should call it one card. They should call it one card though, and just reveal it this way.
I like the pack idea because people love ripping packs, dude. Like that's what collectible cards are all about: is ripping packs and trying to reveal the dope stuff. I remember ripping Yu-Gi-Oh. I remember
the idea of a pack is that you pack several things into a pack. Like, all right, whatever. This is semantic, but I think they should call it a card.
Is what it's called.
No, it's semantics. It's word based.
So basically, these are the first.
They have different meanings.
Subjective as well. There is no.
It's a little subjective.
It's not a little subjective. It's fully subjective. Well, you
words
can
have one words have meanings.
You can have one thing in a pack.
Words can be subjective.
I got full control, baby.
All right.
Who pays the credit card on this? I need to get this guy off. I'm changing the password. Well, it's Wednesday, Biggie. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's Wednesday. That's true.
Okay. Oh my god.
All right. So one pack equals one graded Pokemon card, and it looks like the cards on secondary. Let me try to find that again.
Wait, so it's 100. So there's only 100 cards.
174, I believe, was the number.
That's not a lot. Okay.
So it's 175. It's up there in the top right. Somebody, I guess, already bought that $31 listed one. So I guess you're seeing the floor is going to be somewhere around $30 to $40 maybe if they're starting to get picked up.
Yeah, this is a super interesting dynamic here. I might just end up buying one, but that's a tough spot to be in. Just buying in secondary when it already what are we thinking here? 7x. So
Yeah,
Well,
8,
I mean,
7 or 8.
correct.
Yep.
If these are the first 175 NFT Pokemon cards, like Genesis, whatever you want to call them, I'm not big into Pokemon, but I mean, that's not a lot of supply for a Genesis collection, right? 175 cards.
I don't know if
I mean, how much is the rarity going to come into play versus being one of the first?
I don't think we
ones?
can call this a Genesis collection. I don't think that's what this is. This isn't an
Okay.
artist watching their first art. This is a service that's about tokenizing physicals, that is finding different ways to promote their products and their service, right? So they have a bunch of different physical Pokemon cards. These are going to have a few different levels in them. I'm sure there will be within this set. There will be a few that are kind of rarer, maybe worth more than $40, $50. I think the truth, though, is that at this point, if you're buying these, the majority of these cards that are attached to these are probably going to be under $50 cards. Because he said, we had one of their community managers. He's like, look, we're not throwing our grails into this. We have to set a threshold here. They're $5 packs to mint, so we're not going to be putting our most rare cards behind these. But yeah, because this isn't their first collection, it's not some artist launching their art or creating their own oeuvre, their own collections. I don't think you look at this as Genesis or anything like this. I think this was just a really affordable way to get in to having some physical pieces.
All right, I'm exit liquidity. Luckily, hopefully, this wasn't like one individual doing a ton. It was a low supply to, I think, Biggie, you were mentioning that. So it's not like one person is making a huge bag here. Right? Unless they were able to buy up 10, 20 of these, buy them for 5, get an instant 8x, then they would be sitting pretty. But if this was a bunch of individuals, you're making an 8x on $5. That being said, I mean, you saw me. I'm exit liquidity for somebody. So I just bought it for $45. We'll see where it goes. But you're also kind of playing on the pre-reveal hype. That was another thing in NFTs. It extended to wax. I'm just getting so many wax vibes that I actually just bought based on that.
Left Action House agrees with UQ, saying GIF is wrong. GIF and Biggie, apparently. Both of us were on the side of thinking that pack is the wrong term to be using here, but that's fine.
Biggie was just confused about it. You were the one that was kind of leaning into saying a lot of other things, but it is what it is.
I just pointed out I think it's not the best use of the term pack.
Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm gonna die on this one.
We already saw.
Appreciate you, Left Action House. I know it's tough to tell GIF is wrong because he doesn't stop, but it's fine. OpenSea Creator Studio, better minting and storytelling features are coming to OpenSea. Introducing Creator Studio. We covered this on the rehash yesterday. They're sunsetting lazy minting. They're doing a better dashboard for creators. And that's essentially what OpenSea is rolling out. I don't know if this is actually going to get people to use the platform. It's just putting lipstick on a pig at this point to me. So thoughts on OpenSea?
How do you follow that? I mean, look, there's important details in here, especially for people that have been using OpenSea. And that's like why we're covering it. It's obviously the biggest marketplace. It does matter that they're making big changes, right? So the important details here is there's a date. I believe it's October 3rd. You've got it right there. October 3rd is when this Creator Studio and a bunch of these big changes are implemented. So that's an important date to know if you have existing collections, if you have projects that you've been minting up there, because they take away the capability to edit any of those lazy minted deployed collections further, right? So you need to make sure like the collections still persist. They do outline it's like they're not going away. If you minted them, they're up there, but you can no longer edit them or have those same capabilities to change them and edit them and reorganize. So you just need to make sure that you're paying attention to any collections that you have on the OpenSea platform. And then, look, we obviously don't love everything that OpenSea does. You can tell by Nifty Q's the way that he's talking about it. We have a lot of issues with the way that OpenSea's done certain things. But who knows? Maybe there's actually going to be some cool tools in this. We don't know until we see the fine print, because there's usually other things that come with what they're doing. They usually have an agenda. They're obviously trying to make money, like anybody is. So they're not going to be upfront. What we know from OpenSea is they're not going to be upfront with like a lot of those details.
Iggy, any thoughts on OpenSea?
I mean, I want to see how it turns out, right? But these types of things, they just seem so reactionary right now. Like a little bit, I don't want to say too little too late. They're still the behemoth in the NFT space, right? But they could have maybe listened to, I feel like these are things that are in reaction to other services that have popped up that have actually listened to artists or people they took too long to implement, and now they're reacting to the times. And fine, like I think it's great. Thank you for doing it. Let's just see how it turns out, right? Like we've seen them pivot and so many times and take things back and change them again. Like if I was an artist looking to mint at this point or do anything, I'd look anywhere else besides OpenSea, just because I'd be a little bit fearful about what terms of service they decide to change next. I feel like these guys, that's like their modus operandi right now. So let's see. But I mean, hey, thank you for getting with the times and finally listening to your users, OpenSea. Cheers to that.
All right, I do want to put us a little bit back on the rails here on the news pieces as well, because look, we're just not going to get to all of it. Like we're like almost through the episode and we've got a ton of things to cover. So sorry about that. If y'all are looking for the most up to date stuff, we're going to hit probably I think 3 or 4 more pieces of news. GIF, I did have a poll in chat. Can there be one card in a pack? Yes or no? We'll see what the community thinks. I'll let you have the last word here on it, because I just wanted to get us back on schedule. But what was the last thing that you were saying?
I don't know. You took both sides of it. You said it's subjective, and then you said no. It can be one in a pack. So I don't know. It seems like it's split. It doesn't matter. Clearly. This was the most heated conversation we've had in a while, and I love that. Like, it's great to have different perspectives on it. But yeah, let us know on the poll. What do you think? Can a pack be just one, or can it be many? Clearly, we're split up here.
Yeah, I think guys. If you answer the poll, it's your opinion. That's the only thing I'll say. But okay, We do. Yeah, I won't even vote. I want to see the truth, what people think. Whatever. Either way, we do have an update on Deafbeed. It is still going on.
Shit.
Snowfro apparently putting in a
will now be outbid.
Yeah, it will not be outbid. 6 ETH there on the leaderboard. Wow. So the floor on this is over 3 ETH now. And I think there's only 50 of these. How many is there? I don't know if we have the number. It's a pretty low supply, but you can get the details here. They'll be revealed in Patagonia, Argentina in November, and they're these physical handmade things that obviously have the NFT component from a very popular artist, Deafbeed. So that's it. If you're trying to spend over 3 ETH to try and get in on this, it's still open.
All right, I do have the marketplace update here from Blur too. So we touched on OpenSea Creator Studio. This is from Stats. Still zero visibility on when Season 2 will end, and another 49 million Blur. So 8.3 million was paid out to insiders/investors last week. Farmers who bought NFTs via Blur bids have over 45,000 ETH of realized losses since Season 2 began.
Fuck.
So the TLDR story here, there is a growing number of people that are getting vocal and vocal in a bad way towards Pac-Man and the Blur team. We'll see where this goes, but the more this gets rolling, it's like a snowball being pushed downhill. Blur is now under some pressure. And some people are speculating that they've come under fire, like they've received potentially like regulation and emails regarding, hey, you can't roll this out, or something that's putting them on pause.
Yeah, well, again, a lot of times in crypto, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I have to give us credit here on this network. We've been saying now for the better part of a year, somebody roll back the tapes. We've been saying that even the farmers are losing money, that like this was a negative feedback loop. All the people that have been playing this game, even the people that have been farming all these tokens, that the vast majority of them are not making money, that this was not going to probably end well. This is proof that we were right. This is saying like, hey, all those people that have been playing this farming game are going to zero. They're at least losing money. And I would not be surprised at all if the stalling is because of the either just regulatory uncertainty or the fact that it's getting more certain that they might be in the crosshairs for whatever reason that is. I don't know. Like they were moving very quickly with the updates for a while. Like, yes, they had like a pause, or they pushed back like a week or two on a previous thing to keep the farming going a little bit longer, but they were coming out with like consistent regular updates for a while, and it seems like they've kind of gone quiet, doesn't it?
It does feel that way. Biggie, thoughts?
Man, 45,000 ETH. That I don't know how you're gonna make up for that. I don't care how many blurred tokens you get. I can't see it being worth it, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I feel like, season one, was it a success? Would you have called it a success? I mean, people 100%. Made money, right? They got that. That's exactly what triggered everybody to really go balls to the walls on season 2. But
it made Blur who they are.
At this point, in this juncture, man, I can't see it, man. Even if there were to be like some kind of regulatory clarity, right, regarding tokens and airdrops, 45,000 fucking ETH, dude. That's insane. That's insane. I can't see how this is gonna turn out well for people. This is gonna be on par with other side and other things where it's just a tremendous waste of ETH. No. In the end, it's just
I think he means the gas fees there. That's very
not
different.
Putting your bags, brother. Just
they're different situations, but a lot of ETH getting lost either way. So I see where you're going with that, but Marty bringing in the point that I was going to go to next, which is Friendtech, because Paradigm is behind both Blur and Friendtech. They're using the airdrop mechanics to try and pump that app, get people using it, and just it's a big warning to people that have been dumping ETH into trying to play the Friendtech farming game. They're doing these weekly points releases on Friday that everybody's been hyped about. That's been driving a lot of the interest and speculation over there. If you're seeing how Blur is going and how many people are losing their asses, and also the potential that they're coming under scrutiny from regulation already, where's the next logical place for that energy to go?
All right, we did show some metrics there for Friendtech. New user signups up 100%. There was some speculation that Asia is getting involved. I know that's been kind of picking up, at least on our side here. So 100% new user signups. That's kind of crazy when everything else is going down. I've been enjoying my time at Friendtech. I'm using it for, I think, a different reason than a lot of people. I've been
curious about that, Q. What is it that you've been enjoying about it?
I think a lot of people are, Biggie, a lot of people are on the app to degen out, right? How do I find a new key? All
the majority.
I follow some folks for that. I really haven't put my ETH to use in that sense on that stuff. I've been using it to make new connections. I've made 18, 19, I think I have 20 holders at this point. I've made a good amount of connections through this that are now sitting in our spaces. I'm DMing them. We ran an Apecoin giveaway last night.
So 18 new follows.
18, but 5 of those are people that I'm DMing and like making actual connections with that aren't bots, that aren't, that probably have like lean more towards degenning. That's the thing. I'm looking at
I think, like, I mean, I get it. Yeah, far be it from me. I think connections are a powerful thing, motivator, and that's the main thing that I see people um, hinting towards, right? Whenever people that I respect that are like, hey, I'm going into friend tech, I'm really gonna double down on it. They're going in there with like the intentions of building a community, right? And obviously with Musk's recent announcement about charging for X, dude, it's an opportune time. Like, I mean, talk about timing, right? Like favorable timing for friend tech. But regardless, man, I just see so much friction there. I feel I have limited bandwidth. I'm already up to the gills with social media apps and stuff like that. I just know I'm not gonna play the game well.
Yeah.
And again, the staying power is questionable. We'll see. But okay, so it's pretty much connection that you're enjoying over there.
It's an extension of the Discord, token gated Discord phenomenon that we saw. Like, and you have, I'm sure, made a ton of connections in that brief period when token gated Discords were really flying off the handles. That's what it is.
For sure.
Cool. All right. First of all, we got to shout out this amazing chat. We got Kagi, we got Easy, we got Flubber, just absolutely killing it over there. It's awesome to see y'all, our vibe, our tribe. Welcome to you all. Look, the interesting thing to me about this, like the sociological, psychological part of it, that, if it's kind of done what we consider more of like the right way for what you could or should use it for, and not just pure speculation, degenning, trying to farm points, is, Q, the thing that to make me think about is like when in real life, when we're interested in relationships and friendships and partnerships and things like that, you do invest in them. Like, you actually drive places, you buy gas, you buy gifts, you put your time and energy on a plane. You put your time and energy into building the relationships that you're actually interested in. And so that's the thing that I think is like interesting about this app, is it kind of gives you a way to like prove that like, yo, I'm invested in building a relationship here. And I think that's what's cool and interesting in the way that you're doing it, is like, you're saying like, yeah, this is like, you're investing $10, $5, $100. Some people are investing tons of money, but there is something to that that's, less just surface level than simping. Some people are just simping for creators that they like. Some people are actually just like, yo, this isn't like a big famous person. This is just somebody that I'm interested in creating a relationship with. And and it's not that different from collecting from your famous art, from an artist in the space, and trying to build that relationship that way either. That's what social tokens, I guess, can be.
Yeah, and first of all, I loved that breakdown. Like that is exactly how I'm looking at it. So I appreciate you kind of putting some word to that. Again, I'm not looking at it. Maybe, psychologically I am. I'm like, oh shit, I could be making 10 ETH on that. That sucks that other people are better at this game than me. But I don't really look at it that way, right? I'm looking at it as I'm playing my own game. Look, this isn't much, right? Like, I put in 1.3 ETH to this app. I'm at 1.6 in about 5 days. And I've earned 0.1 in fees from people trading and buying the key, and then some have sold. So look, I'm not up like saying here I'm going to be on a yacht, but it's been interesting. I've been able to make some connections.
But you were on a boat over the weekend.
That's true. I was. All right. Flubber's asking Kagi, did you see those packs? Kagi Yan is in the chat saying Pokemon NFTs. What is this clickbait? We actually do have, quote unquote Pokemon NFTs. It's not some like ridiculous like entry into the space by some, people that bought up the IP. Johnny Smith though, Biggie, what is going on here? You're not a mutant.
I have no fucking clue, man.
Okay. All right.
Johnny Smith, who are you? I'm not in any mutant hounds. I like my hounds purebred, normal, IRL.
Yeah, GIF. Yeah. You have anything before I bring up something? You got it?
Well, I would not. Again, this is where maybe it gets subjective and semantic. So I'm open with that. The way that I look at this though is I don't actually I wouldn't call these Pokemon NFTs. I think these are tokenized Pokemon cards, right? So like, I don't think there still exists actual legit Pokemon NFTs yet. I'm still excited for that when that happens. This is just a service and a product that's taking legit Pokemon cards and putting them on chain and giving you a way to own them through NFTs.
And you can claim the actual physical. So there's a digiphysical mechanic or phygital mechanic to owning the NFT. Kaggy, I don't know if you were on. Yeah, I like the verbiage though. Like, what verbiage or word needs to be created that just like complexity chasm and a couple
Phygital?
others.
Pokemon Phygital?
Not
nuance.
because you're saying essentially you can't call these Pokemon NFTs. They actually are Pokemon NFTs, but
they're Pokemon card tokens. I don't know. I just feel like this is where it does get very semantic and language is confusing. Just like I think, a lot of people in the chat are siding with you and they're siding with me. Some people say like, look, yes, one can be in a pack, but it's not a great use of the word because it's misleading.
That's the whole thing.
That was my point.
No, that wasn't your point. Biggie said that first, and
I don't think it's the proper use. I don't think it's the proper use. It is misleading.
I'm going to run back the receipts, clip this out, and play it back to you because that
Please
was not your argument.
Please do. Left Action House calling me drunk. Everybody thinks I'm drunk. Whatever. The point is, it's misleading because the language is confusing.
100% is. And then I responded to Biggie saying, "Hey, I get that, but I actually like the idea of like ripping open packs. I think that they're trying to lean into that. That I agree that the pack is 100% misleading.
We agree on a lot. We agree on most things here, Q.
All right, generational wealth is secured, by the way. I am up $10 or $5. Oh, $15 for my $45 pack purchase. Guys, I wasn't able to purchase this on the primary, the 173. Did you say, GIF?
Calling the 175. It's up there in results in the top corner. 175.
175.
That's the total supply. So you called the bottom here, Q. Live. Mr. Live Mint. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Bubblegum Cowboy, Mr. Live Mint, 50Q.
Listen, do people not know that if we just pull the supply, the price can go up 1,000x? Just don't even sell any of these. Just hold them. There's only 175. Come on. All right. I'm gonna get to real quick. I want y'all's take on Matt Kane's. While we're talking about art, at least we were before. Matt Kane. The Anons drop also is live. You can see the 4.75 ETH is being held up here on multiples of like the non-distorted pictures, if you will, or art. What do y'all think about this Anons drop, Biggie? Gifted, what's up?
I love it, man. I think it's fantastic. This is the first wave of apparently several. So don't stress if you're not in on this one immediately. Obviously, there's always this, first wave, Genesis, whatever you want to call it, might have some value. I'm very surprised. I'm not very surprised, but like, obviously, like the ones with the highest bid are the more clear photographs. But I think some of these other ones are fantastic. I obviously like the dude with the hat. But yeah, man, Matt Kane, dude, like just killing it. Like I think it's a great drop. I will definitely be looking to either pick one up on secondary or wait for another wave to do some bids on. I think it's a really interesting and cool project, and the concept, right, of like basically resuscitating your ancestors from anonymity, right? Because we all turn into Anons with time, my friends, and so this guy is like bringing us back. I think it's awesome.
GIF,
really
I don't
cool.
I don't know how I could follow Biggie Poppins, but this is leaning into even more so that meta that we were talking about. It seems like there is liquidity in the space. It's just not going into PFPs. It's going into either
fine art,
yep.
high-end art NFTs. Yeah, look, I can't follow up with what Biggie just said. It's great to discover new artists because I wasn't really familiar with Matt Kane. So Biggie, shout out to you again, bringing another fantastic artist and project for us to discover and learn about. And I guess this auction is going live today or right now. I guess those are already current bids.
Live right now.
Look at that. This is live right now. If you want to try and get in on it, I'm going to go look at it. I don't think I have enough liquidity to get in on this based on those prices, but it looks fucking dope and great summary. I just wanted to say, I don't know if we're going to try and hit Legends of the Marfa. If we're going to save that for tomorrow.
No, I do.
But this is what's crazy is how busy today has been, how lit this fucking show's been. And this is a bear market right? So it's exciting to think about like how crazy shit's going to get when there's actually real liquidity coming in and the market does turn around, because this is what it feels like just on a busy day during a bear market. There's so much cool shit, so many cool artists, cool projects doing awesome things. I mean, we've covered more than a handful and we barely even scratched the surface on actual real cool projects. We didn't even get into like really games like and what Legends of Tomorrow is doing yet. There's so much happening. It's crazy.
Y'all are wild in chat for that poll result, man.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
I didn't see the result.
Yo, Chef is saying he can hop on too to talk about the packs. Dude, let's get him in for 5 minutes. Q's seeing himself out. Q just did one of these. All right, I'll leave. I'll leave.
Oh, Chef is here.
He's here. That's what I'm saying. Let's get him in for last like 5 minutes here. Y'all, this has been a full episode. We're having 3 special guests in one fucking show.
Chef, Kaggy's fading you. Kaggion's fading you guys. All right, I'm sending you, Chef, I'm sending you a DM to your Twitter right now, man.
Kaggy saying, I hope this show blows up because holy fuck, no one does this consistent. Yo, big love to you, bro. You too. Back at you. Where would this network be without people like Kaggy?
Yo, speaking of blowing up, man, the rehashes as well as these shows, for those of you watching afterwards, the episodes have really been on an upward trajectory. So we appreciate you guys supporting us. We've been doing the rehashes on YouTube as well. So those episodes are going live. It's bringing in new people. So hopefully we're growing the community there. The rehashes over on Twitter as well. Yeah, Gift's got it up there. The rehashes on Twitter have been doing fantastic. I mean, they're averaging over 1,500 views there. I think Biggie, the Huxley crew, caught up on the episode yesterday and shared it out. So we're seeing a lot, and it's a lot of because of you guys in the chat, man. You guys have been consistent with us the whole time. But Biggie, yeah, hit it.
Heck yeah, man. I love that they picked us up and shouted us out, you know. Like, I mean, we've all been, you know, huge Huxley fans from the beginning, you know, and I don't know, it's just like I love how sometimes these projects can kind of like fade into the background for a while and, you know, just go build something really cool and then all of a sudden come out and it's like, wow, like generative AI PFPs, and you get to talk about them again, and then they'll recede into the background again until they come up with their next, or, you know, roadmap hit. And, you know, I'm cool with that. I know some people immediately love to scream rug and blah, blah, blah. But to me, it's really cool because you get to like revisit like this old friend that you really believe in and check out, right? So yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Like I want to see if we can get maybe some of the team, maybe even Commander Ben Morrow himself come visit us. That would be
he'll do it.
Super dope.
He's been on the network a couple times, and Ben was a special guest at Comic-Con LA where I hosted a Web3 panel. By the way, I'm trying to do that again this year. So if y'all got recommendations for people near the LA area who would be awesome to have on a Comic-Con LA panel, Web3 panel, please hit me in the DMs.
When is this, Q? When is the LA Comic-Con?
That's I don't know. Let me pull it up. Great question.
Okay, listen, this episode has been wild. This day is just like
December
on one. From PR Guitar Man, Jay, we had Chef Spin here talking about the drop of the Pokemon cards with the digiphysical, whatever you want to call it, component here before it actually went live. We actually live minted or tried to, and then we bought on secondary. But we have Chef Spin here in the channel right now.
What's up?
Yo, hit that. Hey, Chef, there's a little settings cog down there underneath the video. And if you hit that, just make sure your video is bumped up to HD full res for us.
Got it.
That'll get us the highest quality picture of your beautiful face here.
Chef, real quick, man, I want you to get a intro for the people that are here. We do want to touch on Legends of Mara that dropped today as well. So we're going to have you here for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes just to touch on this drop that sold out instantly.
Less than a minute. Neither of us could get it.
We have some OGs in the chat as well, man, and we're getting huge wax vibes. I don't know if you were around the industry back then, but like in a very positive way, the like early days of wax that just gave me nostalgia, that whole process.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, bring it back to that moment where it's like it's just about the hunt, the chase. But yeah, awesome to see you guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm still like disconnected from reality because that did really fly, and we were blown away like seconds. But reveal is tomorrow, and I guess just giving context to anyone who maybe is joining later. But I work at Courtyard.io. We're a startup, Y Combinator startup, and we tokenize real world assets. And basically it works. We have all of the physical assets, in this case, mainly graded trading cards in our Brinks vault. Brinks is like the armored truck company. They handle a lot of like, millions or billions worth of like gold and silver reserves. So we were fortunate to partner with them and get them to store our graded Pokemon cards, which is like, I don't know how our CEO pulled that off, but kudos. And yeah, so we just did a drop today. All of these packs were released on chain. They all had one graded trading card. It was priced at $5 because we wanted to stress test the system, get people to like really all try everything at once. And then tomorrow, reveal opens up and you'll be able to go on. A button will appear on your cards page to reveal. And so you could open your pack. It will be like you in 99, like having that base set. You're like, what am I going to get? There's only one card because it's a slab, but still same feeling, same energy. And yeah, we want to see those streams. We want to see the reactions. We're going to do a Discord part. Like we have a Discord live stream we're going to do where we're going to invite people to come up with their packs. Curious to see what you guys will do. And yeah, we also...
Q got one on the secondary. He got in around what we hope might have been the floor. He pulled the trigger around $40. I think you got it.
$45. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
But we also, I was just talking to my teammate, like we have a couple that we saved for giveaways. If you guys are game for it, we would love to send one to you. Ideally, like give it away to your community. They could rip it tomorrow like everyone else.
Yes. Let's do it. Yeah. Web3 network giveaway, bro. Yeah. Let's do that right after the show. Whatever we got to do to make that happen. Cause we can also include that in the rehash, which is, we do a whole top 10 stories of the day thread. And then we do a 10-minute video, top 10 stories in 10 minutes. So we put that out after these shows. We curate the news live, and then we put out that product of the rehash. So we can actually plug the giveaway into the rehash. So let's make sure we get it set up right after this.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll talk after. Like we could do it.
That's awesome.
Giveaways, like we could send it to you now. We could send it to the winner, like whatever you want. But that sounds great. I think your content is awesome. Like the Twitter space was amazing, so well polished. I feel this is too. So happy to be doing that with you guys in your community.
Chef, dude, real quick, man, because again, this has been a whirlwind last 2 hours. Because I saw, I don't know who reposted, or I just saw it come across Twitter. I instantly tagged you guys, said, hey, you guys should talk in the space. You jumped up. It was awesome. You're Chad for that. I don't know much about the platform. This is a physical card that you guys have in your possession. Are these cards that we're going to rip tomorrow, are they like, is the claimable text? Is the text not English, or like what are the specific cards that we're going to be potentially revealing tomorrow?
Great question. So if you go to drops and then go to that one, yep. So all the cards tomorrow are there. So you could see exactly what you have a chance of ripping. That's where it gets exciting. It's like that's one of my favorite cards personally. I love Mew, love that card. But that's where it gets really interesting, because like tomorrow, once reveals start, you'll be able to see, there'll be a page for this drop where you'll see what cards have been revealed. So you can kind of like put two and two together. Like
these are the specific cards in this. Shaking. Wait, these are the specific cards?
Those are all the cards that people could pull from this drop for tomorrow.
Wow.
Because it's all about like we're leaning into the trust and transparency element of the blockchain.
I love that.
So see what cards you can get, and know that once you mint it, that there's a stamp, hex or whatever it is. I'm not our engineer, as you could tell. But
Yeah.
there's a way to prove the card that was in the pack is the one that you ended up ripping. So there's no like, true going on or anything.
So, Chef, apologies because this is kind of whirlwind. You know, again, we've been live for a while and we're trying to wrap up this specific show. We can definitely have you back for more of these, but we did have. I quickly want to get your take on this. We had somebody in the chat saying that a middleman, holder custody is kind of sus with this type of thing. You started to explain how this works, how they're actually verified, and the process of having them in a Brinks vault, et cetera. Can you maybe just give us the very, very quickest version of like how you actually verify ownership and hold these physical items for people?
Yeah. So every card that comes through, whether it's through our tokenization service or through drops, is accounted for in the Brinks vault, all labeled, all like individually packaged. So we know, and all cards are unique. Every card, because it's created, has a unique ID. So when someone, let's say someone wants to redeem their card, which is a question I just saw in the chat, right? They want to have it sent to them, which is totally an option. We can see, this is the exact card. This is the card we have in the vault. Let's go grab it, package it up, send it to them. So that's how it works. I mean, vaulting isn't like a super new concept. Like eBay has a vault, like PWCC has a vault. But the difference here is that it's true digital ownership. Like you're not locking it into eBay or someone. It's yours. It's on chain. You can take it where you want, whether that's Courtyard.io, whether that's OpenSea, whether that's any other marketplace. You could do whatever DeFi kind of like stuff you want to get up to using, your digital representation of the physical.
I'm cracking out, man.
Nifty Q's over here trying to work on his what are his spells going to be, his black magic to try and get that Mew card.
Look, man, it's the bear market. We've taken L's this year. If I end up with like a green energy card from this drop, I'm gonna be. I might just call it a day. I'm just gonna leave the Web3 space.
Hey, yeah, it could happen, man. But all right, look, again, appreciate you hopping in here last minute to give us some additional context on this thing that we were literally, by the way, just so you know, Chef, we were in the middle of an artist interview and both Q and I were like over here trying to like grab our wallets and like do the mint because this happened and it sold out so fast. But look,
what's next, by the way? Post reveal quick, like what's next?
Something very premium, like gold pack level. Like if you like Pokemon and you're a connoisseur and you maybe want to hold on to some like good cards, like something along those lines, and very soon. But I mean, listen, like I seriously appreciate you guys. I'm already a fan. Like you converted me in like a matter of hours. So we'll be in touch. I'll get you guys a pack for the giveaway, but I'll let you get back to your regular programming.
Appreciate it. But I do also see you're a legit collector. You're a sneakerhead back there. So what's your favorite sneaker NFT so far? Like shoe-based NFT collection?
I think it's gotta be the Artifact Air Force One. It's just because I do want like a physical at some point, or at least to know that exists. It's tied to it. So the human ones, the tan with like the baby blue hits. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Nice.
Right, I'm trying to find that and pull it up. But all right, man. Chef, appreciate you coming on.
We'll be reaching out in DMs, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here. Bye. Take care. Man, this has been a banger of a show, dude. I love it. Who's next? Vitalik, we're waiting.
I think this is the one. I think this is the one he's talking about. He said baby blue and like tan.
Dang. That's pretty dope. Yeah.
I think that's
clean.
it.
I am fucking exhausted. that's pretty nice. I like the
CloneX tag.
Yeah. All right, guys. Look, I have to cover this. We've been waiting for this for years. We have to go.
Do it.
We have to go here in just a moment. We're Trailer Maxis. We're getting a trailer from one of the dopest, yes, I said dopest projects in the space. Yuga Labs, Other Side. Let's watch it.
Oh, nice.
Less than a week away.
I love it.
26th.
That's the way you do it.
I got no energy left to expend on this.
I've like been kind of iffy on some of their music choices for their trailers. I fucking love the synthwave in that, and it totally fits the vibe, the art style. I fucking love that music choice. It has like Stranger Things vibes, sort of, which is great. Halloween's also around the corner. We have to mention they definitely plugged Me Bits in there strongly at the end. I thought it was interesting the way that like in the like rewards they had these sort of cards, but they were blurred out sort of. So I don't know what that is. I'm curious what's with those like blurred out cards, but the monsters look dope. The gameplay looks way more interesting and fun. And I know Q, you found where they called out some learnings about not making it as like high touch, high frequency, needing as much attention as the Forge.
I'm actually trying to find that now. Gif, I like that you brought up the Me Bits piece. I think that's one thing that stood out to me. Along with this announcement, let me see if I can find it. Other side did put out that they're partnering with 4 companies. Let me see if I can find that. Share. So it looks like Hidea Inc., Excel Byte, Bad Rhino Games or Bad Rhino Studios, and Faraway GG. Yuga Labs basically announcing that these are all going to be products that are going to be building within the other side for different reasons. So you can see there. So a double announcement that kind of got buried there. I'm going to bring up NFT Sasha real quick because I thought that his take was look, it is what it is. He's saying, I say it with the utmost love for Yuga Labs. Heavy Metal has been the worst game I had ever played. It's heresy to even call it a game. And I fully mess with all of that. And Heavy Metal is a terrible game. And I think that the Forge, I didn't even get into the Forge. That was how bad my experience was from Heavy Metal, playing it for weeks upon weeks, not taking any of the community support or feedback, which is what we saw from Rec League at the beginning of this episode. They said, hey, we don't want that time leaderboard. Instantly patched it. And we did see something else from other side. Gif, you were just mentioning it. So can you give a TLDR? I'll pull up the tweet, but what was it saying?
I think it just said that, there was somebody from the Yuga team that said, one of the pieces of feedback was that it was too time intensive. The Forge was just too high touch the way that it was going on. And this Legends of the Mara game is meant to be something, I guess, that you can pop in and out of more easily, get some enjoyment. I hope it just means that the gameplay is more fun, but it does seem like at least they understand the mechanics of like how you had to just be constantly paying attention and like scooping your poop, kind of like feeding your pets, but without really much reward for weeks and weeks. Just wasn't a great mechanic. It wasn't popular. It wasn't fun. So seems like they definitely have some learnings. They should have a lot of learnings, especially when you read off tweets like that.
Yeah. it's DP, it's not soft shoeing, man. It's like we like what Yuga Labs has put out to this point. We don't like this one product. Like I don't need to throw Yuga Labs all the way under the bus for one product. That's the whole thing. Like I'm not.
There's also like, first of all, it's what they actually did with Heavy Metal Forge is actually novel and unique and cool in a lot of ways. The gameplay just isn't fun. Like the design's actually really fucking cool. And it's great to have your NFT assets as characters that you're able to, and like, there's cool shit about it. It just, the way it was strung out to keep people engaged wasn't working. The gameplay wasn't fun, but yeah, it's like, dude, they're shipping more actually innovative, novel things than anybody. We're not going to just say fuck Yuga because this one game wasn't as fun as it could be. So I'm with you on that.
All right, and so we did get this from Legends of the Mara GIF. This was the tweet here post. We recognize that some holders are particularly busy. Legends of the Mara is an idle experience requiring less day-to-day engagement. So, okay. DP saying I was referring to the tweet. I agree with his sentiment though. Like I think Heavy Metal was trash. I just. I would say that I like what Yuga Labs is doing. I think that's all he was trying to say. It was like, I don't hate Yuga, but I hate the fucking Heavy Metal game. So that I was just kind of clarifying what at least I thought it was.
He's just saying, I don't want to hear it. And that's fine.
And it's valid feedback, right? But so correct me if I'm wrong. So Legends of the Mara is going to be a card game also?
it looks to be that way. So yeah, we'll round out the show here, but just kind of diving in.
The other
Let's
piece
just,
I've
like,
seen
Coda floor
yeah.
prices. Every time I see a Coda, it hurts, man.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
love
But
Codas.
the other thing that I've seen people starting to say is like, we don't need another card game, because we've obviously had a lot of card games coming out recently. But look, I don't actually think there's enough yet. I think people are just trying to be controversial or maybe they actually feel that way. Look, Deadfellas has one. There's Parallel. We know Gods Unchained is out. You now have Legends of the Mara. There's going to be a bunch of other card games. But here's the thing. The card game format, again, is actually the perfect sort of game format for NFTs and collectibles. So I don't think that you can have enough if they're actually good games. I don't think we're anywhere near to the amount of card games that can exist in the NFT space. They just have to be good. And this actually looks pretty cool. Parallel is fucking great. I don't know how cool the Deadfellas is going to be, but they say they're trying to make a AAA 3D card game, so that could be cool too, but we got a while to see that. I don't know. I just think it's funny when people are already trying to FUD card games when we're just starting to get some interesting ones.
Yeah, DP saying you're only as good as the last delivery. I can somewhat agree with that. I see where you're going with that, and you're right. We do need to hold them a little bit accountable there. So yeah, Brave Code 10K Brave Codas. GIF, you mentioned the me bits. So there's a couple different things. Biggie, I know you're not a Mutant Hound holder, but I think they are part of this as well. Somebody was mentioning that within the card system.
And I don't hate Mutant Hounds. I think like some of the art is cool from them. So, I just don't collect them.
So this screenshot, in my opinion, is, and we have to run here, folks, but this screenshot is, in my opinion, the power of the other side. It's not about just Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's about all NFT collections and PFPs and whatever getting involved. So you see me bits here. The Mutant Hounds, I believe, or some type of like adjacent collection is in that as well behind me bits. But that's the power of the other side. All NFT IP being shown off here.
It's the ecosystem. And I wouldn't be surprised if 10KTF, whatever those PFPs are going to be, the G tags are going to be in there as well. So yes, it's the power of the ecosystem. What a show. We got through it. Biggie, you're a champ. Y'all are all champs. All y'all in the chat. Thanks for kicking it with us.
Yo, I'm going to let Biggie Poppins take us out because he does have his Marfa weekend coming up. So Biggie, I think you're headed off to Marfa tomorrow. We're not going to have Biggie tomorrow. We do have Ronan. But I'm super stoked for you, man, to be able to experience Marfa again. And yeah,
that's awesome, man. I'll put in double, triple effort to share pictures and stuff like that on Twitter, and I'll be back on. I'll try to get on Monday before I head out again to talk about the Marfa experience and everything. You guys make sure to hold it down and keep having fun, man. This was a lot of fun. I love you, fam. Always OVOT, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Giving out that Pokemon card tomorrow. You're ready.
I think we're doing it today.
Go ahead. What?
Oh, I think we're doing it today. Dude, there's only 175 of these, and we're gonna get to give one away on the rehash today. So just look out for the rehash. Pay attention to it.
Let's see if card or pack to be determined.
All right.
All right.